Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. Today, we are pleased to present our work for MTS 3232, Curriculum Studies and Learning Theories in Primary School Mathematics. My name is Halima, and together with my partner Aisha, we will be presenting task 1.
In this presentation, we will explore key concepts related to the primary school mathematics curriculum, as well as important learning theories that support effective mathematics teaching and learning in the classroom. So, let's begin. Mathematics learning should not only focus on memorizing procedures, but it should also emphasize meaningful understanding of mathematical concepts. This is especially important for young learners because their required learning experience are developmentally appropriate. In Year 2 KSSR, pupil learns the concept of length through recognizing units, measuring objects, and making estimation. They are also expected to apply standard units such as centimeters and meters in meaningful classroom contexts. Therefore, this presentation demonstrates how learning theories can be effectively applied to structured classroom activities to support pupils' understanding of length in a meaningful and engaging ways. Next, selected topic in KSSR. The selected learning area for this lesson is measurement and geometry. Focusing on the topics of length for Year 2, the context standard is 6.1, which focuses on length. The learning standard includes recognizing units of length, measuring length, and estimating length. These learning standards help pupils develop both conceptual understanding and basic measurement skills. The focus of this lesson is to develop pupils' understanding of length through recognizing units, measuring classroom objects, and making simple estimation using appropriate tools. Why this topic is suitable? Length is a fundamental measurement concept that pupils encounter in their daily lives. For example, pupils naturally compare the length of pencils, books, and tables in their environments. In Year 2 KSSR, pupils learn to recognize units such as centimeters, meters, and measure objects using standard units. They are also introduced to estimation skills and comparing estimation with actual measurements. These skills help pupils develop early mathematical reasoning. Therefore, this topic is highly suitable for a hands-on activity because pupils are able to connect real-life objects with mathematical understanding, which supports meaningful learning. Next slide is about Piaget connective development theory. This theory states that children construct knowledge through active interaction with their environment. This means pupils learn more effectively when they are actively engaged in learning activities. Year 2 pupils are generally in the concrete operational stage. At this stage, pupils begin to develop logical thinking but still require concrete materials to support their understanding. They are able to compare, classify, arrange, and organize information logically. In mathematics, this means pupils understand concepts better when they can touch, observe, estimate, measure, compare, and manipulate real objects before moving towards abstract understanding. This explains why hands-on learning is very important for people at this age. Research also supports that Piaget's theory is highly relevant to elementary mathematics learning when people engage in concrete and developmentally appropriate activities.
Now, I will explain Brunner learning theories, which is the main focus of this presentation. Brunner explained that learning happens in 3 stages: inactive, archaic, and symbolic. But what is important here is learning is a process. It does not happen instantly. First is inactive stage, where people learn by doing something. In this lesson, people measure objects using real tools like a ruler. This allows them to physically experience the concept of length. At this stage, people are not thinking about number yet. They are understanding the idea of longer and shorter through action. Next is iconic stage, where people use visual representation. For example, they record their measurement in table. So, here they start to organize their understanding. This step is important because it helps people connect their action to visual understanding. Finally, the symbolic stage, where people use mathematical language and symbol. They use terms like longer, shorter, and unit like centimeter. At this stage, people are able to think more abstractly, but only because they have gone through the earlier stage. So, overall, Bruner showed that learning moved from doing to seeing and lastly understanding. And this progression helped people develop deeper understanding, not just memorization. So, if we combine both theories, Piaget tells us people need concrete experience, while Bruner explained how learning develops step by step. So, together, they ensure that learning is both suitable and structured.
Next presentation is about design mathematics activities. The activity design is called Lang Hunt in the classroom. In this activity, people participate in station-based exploration of the concept of length. In station 1, pupils touch an object inside a mystery box, guess what the object is, estimates its length and choose a suitable unit. This develops a prediction and estimation skill. In station 2, pupils measure the object and compare the estimation with the actual measurement. They also identify objects that are shorter or longer. This helps develop measurement accuracy and comparison skill. Station 3, pupils compare and arrange objects from longest to shortest. This develops logical thinking and ordering skill. This activity is aligned with Year 2 KSSR because it supports pupils in recognizing units, measuring length, and comparing objects in a meaningful and engaging context.
At the end of the lesson, people should be able to estimate length, measure correctly, and compare objects. They should also be able to arrange objects and explain their answer using simple mathematical language. The materials are very simple, like mystery box, ruler, glue stick, worksheet, and else. So, it's practical and easy to use in real classroom. Good morning, people.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, teacher.
Today, we're gonna learn about topic length.
Wow.
But today, we're not just learning, we also wanna play a game.
Oh, we are so excited.
Wow! So, in front of you, we got a mystery box.
Right?
What do you think inside the mystery box? Could you guess some of it?
I think there's lollipop.
Oh, maybe, who knows? But for this mystery box, you can only touch what inside the box. You cannot see.
Okay, teacher.
So, we're going this game divided into 3 stations. The first station involves this mystery box. So, which one of you want to try and touch with what inside the mystery box?
Lisa.
Okay, go on. Okay. This. What do you think inside the mystery box?
You can discuss it.
Yes.
Let's see. Maybe correct.
Okay.
Depends.
How long do you think it is?
Estimate the length.
Nanti lagi touch. I think 8 centimeter.
Put your answer in the worksheet.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, done. Now, we're gonna move to next session.
Alright, let's go.
Let's go.
Alright, people. At station 2, you are given the task card. You have it, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. And then, you also need to measure the real object what inside this mystery box.
Alright.
Then you can get it.
Okay, pick it up for in this station.
Wow, it is blue.
Okay. Why don't you try and measure it? What is the measurement?
It's 9 centimeter.
Right.
Write it in the worksheet.
And then, what the other question in the worksheet.
Was your estimate close?
Okay, before this, how much did you estimate?
8 centimeter.
It's quite close with 9 centimeter, right? So you
Yes.
Next.
Next, we have to find an object shorter than the glue stick.
Okay.
So can we find it now?
Yes.
So you can go right now.
There. We need to find that. Teacher, I found this sticky knot.
Yes, you can measure it now.
Nice lah, beautiful. I'm sorry. Seven point five.
7.5. Then you can
Alright.
write it.
The object is sticky knot. And the measurement is 7.5 centimeter.
Okay. The next
So
question.
the next question is find an object longer than the glue stick.
Ah.
So Nazla, you find it.
Okay.
So
fast.
fast. I know.
So,
Okay, let me measure. It's 14.5 centimeter. Okay, I know.
okay. You guys already have the measurement and the object. Now, we bring it all through station 3.
Okay, let's
teacher.
go.
Let's go.
Okay, so right now we on station 3. In station 3, the task you need to do is compare and order. Could you read me what's in the worksheet?
Your teacher give your group one object.
Say, okay, what object did you get?
Paper clip.
Okay, now why don't you measure the paper clip?
Okay, teacher. .5 centimeter.
Right now, what's the last instruction in the worksheet?
Order the objects from longest to the shortest.
Okay, remember the object that you bring from the station 2? Why don't you try it?
So the longest one is marker pen. And the
Second one is?
second one is glue stick. Third one is sticky knot. And the last one is the paper clip.
Ah, good job.
Then teacher,
So, what the longest object did you get?
marker pen teacher.
So
Right.
what is the measurement for the marker pen?
14.5 centimeter teacher.
Good.
And then the next one will be
Glue stick teacher. 9 centimeter.
okay, and then
Sticky knot. The
How much?
measurement is 7.5
Yes.
centimeter.
Yes.
And the last one is paper clip, and the measurement is 4.5 centimeter.
So from this activity, you could not only estimate the length, but you also learn how to measure the object properly.
So,
I understand.
how you measure the length using this ruler? Start from where? From
Zero.
this or from 0?
From
From
zero.
Okay, good.
And what unit you use?
Centimeter.
Good job.
Good
That's
job,
all
guys.
today. Thank you, class.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye.
Next slide is about alignment with Piaget. This activity clearly aligns with Piaget's theory because here two pupils are in the concrete operational stage, where they develop logical thinking through interaction with concrete materials. According to Piaget, pupils learn best through a hands-on experience rather than abstract explanation. In Station 1, pupils develop prediction and exploratory thinking through sensory experience. Station 2, pupils develop measurement skills and comparison abilities which support logical reasoning. Station 3, pupils develop sequential skills which refer to arranging objects from longest to shortest. This is an important cognitive characteristic of the concrete operational stage because it shows pupils' ability to organize information logically. Other than that, pupils are also develop classification skill by identifying objects that are longer or shorter. The activity encourages people to move from estimation to accurate measurement, which support the development of mathematical reasoning. Through this structured hands-on task, people actively construct their own understanding, which align with Piaget constructivist perspective. Therefore, this activity is developmentally appropriate because it supports people's cognitive readiness, promotes collective engagement, and strengthens conceptual understanding of length measurements. This demonstrates how well-designed hands-on activity can effectively support cognitive development in mathematics learning.
Now, we talk about alignment the activity with Brunner theories. In the energetic stage, people learn through physical action. In this activity, people touch, estimate, and measure the glue stick in Station 1 and Station 2. At this stage, people are not thinking abstractly, they are understanding the concept of length through direct hand-on experience. For example, when a people touch the glue stick and then measure it using a ruler, they can physically see and feel how long the object is. This helps them understand that measurement is not just about the number, but comparing length using a standard unit. Next, in the iconic stage, people learn through visual representation. In this activity, people record their findings in the worksheet during the session. At this stage, people begin to organize their understanding in a structured way. They can see the relationship between estimation and actual measurement. For example, people can compare their estimate length with the actual length in the worksheet. This helps people visualize their thinking and understand patterns more clearly. In the symbolic stage, people use language and symbols to express their understanding. In this activity, people use terms such as longer, shorter, and numerical measurement when comparing objects. At this stage, people are able to think more abstractly and communicate their idea clearly. For example, a people may say, the pencil is longer than a glue stick. This shows that people can represent their understanding using mathematical language and symbols. So overall, people move from hand-on experience to visual representation and finally to abstract thinking. This progression supports deeper and more meaningful understanding of measurement. So next, why Piaget and Brunner theory work well together. So, according to Piaget, people at this stage learn best through hand-on experience because they need to interact directly with objects to really understand something. And then, Brunner supports this idea by explaining that learning should happen in stages, starting from doing, then moving to visualizing, and finally to abstract thinking. So, when we combine both theories, it gives a very strong approach to teaching. People first learn through real activity and then slowly move toward understanding more abstract concepts. This makes the learning process more effective and also suitable for their level of development.
The next presentation is about expected learning outcome that pupils gain from participating in this activity. The expected learning outcomes are divided into three areas, which are mathematical understanding, skill development, and engaging in learning. In terms of mathematical understanding, people recognize appropriate units such as centimeters and meters. Understand that length can be estimated, measured, compared, and ordered. This helps develop their conceptual understanding of measurement. In terms of skill development, people develop estimation skill through prediction activity, measure object accurately using appropriate tools, compare estimated and actual measurement, identifying objects that are shorter and longer, and arrange objects from longest to shortest. In terms of engagement, pupils participate actively through touch, movement, discussion, and station-based exploration. Hands-on learning increase motivation and support meaningful learning. Overall, this activity demonstrates how meaningful hands-on learning experience can effectively support pupils' mathematical understanding, skill development, and engaging simultaneously.
We move to teaching challenges. One challenge is incorrect measurement, where people may not use the ruler correctly. Another challenge is confusion in vocabulary, such as longer and shorter. Next, unequal participation may also occur during group work. And lastly, people may struggle to transition from estimation to standard unit. To improve the lesson, the teacher should demonstrate how to use a ruler clearly. Then, the teacher can also provide word card to support vocabulary. Then, assigning roles in group can ensure equal participation. And lastly, guided practice can help people move from estimation to standard unit. So, this activity actually align very well with the KSSR curriculum. This is because it focuses on hand-on and meaningful learning, where people are not just listening but actively engaging with real objects to understand mathematical concepts. At the same time, the activity also uses teaching aid and different types of representation, which is really help people to visualize ideas, especially when learning something more abstract. Besides that, this activity also helps to develop important skills like problem solving and communication, because people need to measure, record, and also present their findings. So overall, this activity supports the main goal of KSSR, which is not just make people knowledgeable, but also help them apply mathematics in real-life situations. So, in conclusion, Brunel learning theory helps teacher design lessons that follow a clear progression from action to understanding.
When supported by Piaget's theory, it ensures that learning is suitable for pupils' level.
Through this activity, people are not just learning measurement, but they are actually understanding it through experience.
And this is what makes mathematics learning more effective. So, as future teachers, we should not just teach content, but design learning that helps people truly understand.
This is the list of references we use, and this is worksheet that given to the student.
We hope that this lesson can enhance pupils' understanding of land and make learning mathematics more meaningful and engaging. That's all from us. Thank you.